Release.
And we're back with another episode of The Black and the Beast.
I'm always eating. What's going on, Black?
How you doing, sir? We've been gone for a while, and we back at it again.
How y'all
For wrong
feel?
reasons.
How y'all feel, good people? How y'all feel? You good?
I'm great.
Good. You're right.
I'm great.
We're
How
getting
you
into some
doing?
shit today.
Guys okay? Yeah.
People in the back. People in the church back. All right. In the back pews, because we're about to get deep.
You keep saying this.
Yeah, I know. Because it's some shit. We're going to make people use their brain today. You know, it's not something that we really do. No.
Really?
No, not really. You know,
I think we do.
some of our conversations make people think, but this one right here, everybody from all spectrums,
Okay.
white, black, Asian, whoever,
Yeah, it's definitely not.
girl, boy, she, he, she, whoever, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
Everybody can relate. Everybody can relate.
What we're talking about today is why, what, when, why do we stay in these situations knowing that time is up? What keeps you in these situations? And when do you finally decide to leave?
These strawberries good in the motherfucker.
And with this conversation, we're talking about everything, whether it's in professional, whether it's in your relationship, whether it's a bad decision, obligation,
So
etc.
let's start. Which one? What's the first one? First one is why.
Uh-huh.
Let's start there. What is that? What is that question?
Why do you stay in these situations?
Let's start with relationships. You know, everybody wants to talk about relationships and shit. So
Why do you stay in the relationship knowing that the time is up?
So I got a question with a question.
Okay.
To be able to, if you already know the time is up, my next question would be, what the fuck is taking you so long?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you know time is up. Like, you know this relationship ain't going nowhere. This relationship has been toxic for the past whatever.
You don't want it no more.
You don't want it no more. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest. First thing I can think of, sex. Second thing I can think of is money.
Mm-hmm.
Third thing I can think of is what we talked about, convenience.
Mm-hmm.
Those three things are the reason why people stay in relationships. And it's fucked up. It's really fucked up. Like,
because it's different when you realize you done with that person. That's an abrupt feeling. Like, yeah, I'm out of this. I'm not here no more.
right.
But that don't mean you can stop that lease. Now you gotta switch over your fucking whatever y'all got connected.
Mm-hmm.
Now you gotta consider if you can afford your place by yourself,
Right.
or who else you're gonna live with if you can't. You know, those decisions take time to make, but the decision to be over the relationship is instant.
So what you telling me, I'm paraphrasing, is that people already be checked out,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, big time.
but they just
You leave everything mentally before you do physically.
absolutely. Now I agree with you 1,000%. That's me. That's me all the time. But my thing is why not have that conversation? Like,
Immature.
because I don't give a fuck about no lease. I don't give a fuck about no lease. I don't give a fuck about no car.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You can have all this shit back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my peace is important. So if I feel like in that relationship that I'm not getting any more peace, then we done.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with telling you, that's it.
Yeah.
If you want your shit back, you can have it back. I don't give a damn. Like,
It is what it is.
it is what it is.
It's at the end of the game.
So, people, our question is still going to continue to be, I'm good. My question is still going to continue to be why. We still on why.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you
stay?
Yeah,
Obligation.
talk to us because
Fear,
we need interaction today.
responsibility.
We need
leases,
interaction.
Kids.
Like
every fucking thing. There's all kinds of reasons to stay. You can find a million reasons to leave as well, but you ain't willing to. And that's a lot. That's one thing I like to consider in any fight. Are you willing to do what is necessary in this motherfucker?
To fight.
You get what I'm saying? Because
Right.
if you ain't gonna do nothing about it, fuck it. Because why you even working yourself up for?
Real shit.
To be mad for the rest of the day?
Only to stay in it.
To have a silent treatment for a few days? Like,
Only to stay in it.
To what? To not have to go make
now,
up and act
go
like
lay in the bed. Yeah.
I
Only to stay in it.
I don't like that. I don't
If
like
I'm-
that.
If I'm that pissed and I know this is it, then I'm gonna tell you, yo, this is it.
I'm for sure. I have been in tons of uncomfortable situations, and for me personally, it ain't nothing a blunt has not been able to correct. It ain't nothing a blunt has never been able to adjust for me and say, you know what, fuck it, or this how I'm gonna handle this. You get what I'm saying? Just in whatever it is for anyone. If you gotta go sit around, go take a drive, go to the pool, work out, whatever your thing is. If your outlet can't fix the situation, then yeah, have the conversation.
Right.
You know, put it all on the table. Like, you know what?
Okay.
I think we need to put it on the table and see if this is something we need to move forward
I
with,
got you.
or we can call. And as adults, you should be able to pull that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, hey, you think we still doing all right?
Right.
Because
Well, you should have check-ins in a relationship regardless. I believe every 3-6 months.
And at a certain
for sure.
At a certain age, you understand that a relationship can end. You know a relationship can end. Now, are you in a position to live your own individual life?
Mm-hmm.
That's neither here nor there. But the conversation, like, hey, are we moving forward together?
That's what I was just gonna say. Not all the time is it negative. Sometimes you just need to leave because there's no more growth availability in the relationship.
You can just,
people don't do that. I ain't never seen nobody do that. I ain't never heard of it.
Because nobody want to operate in maturity. Like,
right.
It is what it is. The relationships are great. Relationships end. Are we good? Is this something that's going to go on forever? Or is this something that's temporary? Everything is not going to be forever. You know?
Everybody ain't forever.
We got to be old enough to know what that conversation could be. It might be different for everybody. You know? Some might have to be a fight. But ultimately, you have to share your feelings. They have to share theirs, and you got to rationalize what you both are feeling. You care about the person nonetheless. Regardless if you checked out or not, you stand because you care as well. So I care about you enough to tell you my truth, right? I'm going to tell you how I feel about our relationship and how I feel about whether we staying or we going.
Mm-hmm.
You share the same. It's going to be uncomfortable. We might cry in this motherfucker. We might have to fight. Cool. But put it out there so we both know what's aware. And you get to know who that person is still. You get what I'm saying? In that environment, in that situation, I get to see who you are.
Right.
Who you are and who you're willing to be under these circumstances. That's important to know.
This one's tough.
Communication ain't going to always just be easy. Uncomfortable conversations get messy.
Absolutely. But they only get messy to immature people.
Yeah. I mean, no, not even. Because we're mature people, but I'm emotional. I got to figure shit out for a minute. You got to give me a second.
I'm okay with giving you a second. So what I'm saying is that emotion ain't going to make you go vandalize some of my shit.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
But
So
I don't need time to process what's happening because I'll create something. Like, you hurt my feelings. I'll create, this is the worst pain I've ever been in. I got to leave. You get what I'm saying? I got to get away because I'm feeling this. When I can go sit down and be like, you scared the shit out of me, man. I thought you were saying this. I thought you were saying all of this when all you were saying was, I don't want to eat that today, Black.
Right.
But because sometimes words come off a different way. Just like you said, you don't care how you say things, but it's going to feel a way. And my feelings is what I'm going to determine how this conversation goes. I understand communication. We do this all the time. I can talk to you for sure, but it's not going to change that I'm going to feel something as well.
It doesn't. But my job in talking to someone about how I feel is not to consider their feelings in
I
that moment.
understand that.
I'm not saying
I'm going to have a feeling.
Understand
and
that.
because of
Understood.
my individual feeling, I have to go process.
Good. That's
you
good.
know, because I can make a decision based off what you're saying and what I'm feeling, and it just be the end of it.
Right. No, so I'm not, when I'm thinking about it, I'm okay with that part. I'm okay with people blowing things. I'm not okay with people blowing things out of proportion.
No.
If you need a second, go take that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You can revisit this in a little bit or the next day or whatever. Just don't blow up.
Let me go small.
Yeah.
Because if I can't process, I can't process. I'm already going to think negative because I can't do something.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? I'm already going to go to a negative spot because I can't control either my emotion or I can't control how you're feeling about something. It's just going to be, I'm already chaotic. Mm-hmm. Let me go chill.
Right.
Please let me go chill. I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Let me go do that, because what if it go away and I can't come back from it? What if I make a decision and now I'm going to sell that to me too?
Right.
You know, so I think it's important. Whatever's necessary for your outlet is your outlet.
I just don't want people to avoid the inevitable. The relationship is ending.
True.
You see what I'm saying? Whether you want to stay with me or not, you know that. Mm-hmm. Even if you feel like we can work it out, you know in the back of your mind, when I'm coming to have this real conversation with you, you know shit ain't right. Mm-hmm. You know we ain't slept together in 3 months. Mm-hmm. You know we ain't went out on no date in 2 months. You know we ain't really had no real conversation, spend no quality time. You know these things. So when I'm approaching you, this ain't new.
Yeah.
This is some shit that we both have
to resolve.
Thank you. And we've already seen that this is where we at. Mm-hmm. Why is it a shock to you when I bring it to your attention?
It's not.
And you're avoiding the inevitable. So you want to just
shock.
end it?
It's not a shock to neither party. I can feel the energy change.
I don't think it's avoiding the inevitable if it's something still there working through. You know what I mean?
But it couldn't be. It couldn't be if you're not even trying at the moment, right?
If it is that tension all the way around, their intimacy is off, their communication is off. You know, we just in a routine of things. You know something needs to be talked about.
Thank you.
Right.
Let's talk about it. It ain't got to be.
Take one or the other to acknowledge it. So it doesn't matter if you acknowledge first or acknowledge it first. The acknowledgement happens. So the point the person, whoever say pause, is bringing it to their attention. You're bringing it as in both of you all have disconnected from each other. Mm-hmm. People in relationships disconnect all the time because we get comfortable or take for granted that this person's gonna always be here. Mm-hmm. And the effort that you put in to make sure this person always will be here, cancel each other out because I'm comfortable with them. Mm-hmm. I know this for a fact. I don't have to do those things anymore. Mm-hmm. And then you go into a routine until one of you realize, wait a minute, this person doesn't touch me like she used to, or he used to. Don't do this like they used to. Like you get those phrases because you're acknowledging that this person once treated you this way. Mm-hmm. At those points, I don't think it has to be such a traumatic experience of saying, oh, we're gonna eventually break up here. Yes. If we continue down this route, we probably will eventually break up here. But the point of the acknowledgement is to see if we can try to connect again. Because it's something we can.
If you're willing to fix this or not.
Yeah. So I think once you get to that crossroads, I think it's a 50-50. And I think saying if this is a 50-50 is healthy, because 50 is more than 0. I think what you're talking about is when you know you're at a 0. That even if you can fix it, I don't want to fix it.
Yeah. I don't want. When you get to that point,
then that's what. I think that's what I'm talking about. Because I'm not talking about when you got one foot in and one foot out. Okay. I'm talking about when you know shit ain't been right.
Okay. This ain't right.
This ain't right. It's fucked up to the T.
I get to get out, I'm out.
I'm still.
That fucking thought.
Okay, perfect. Okay, you dating this chick, and her non-negotiable is cheating. You done cheated twice, but she stayed with you anyway. You know this shit fucked up. Why did you stay?
Yeah, I fuck with that.
You see what I'm saying? Like those are the type of examples that I'm trying to talk about today because I don't understand. That is crazy. That is asinine to me that you are willing to continue to suffer in something, knowing that it's not going to get better. He cheated twice. Your non-negotiable was cheating. He gonna cheat some more.
Yeah, he knows you get away now, and you're gonna stay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do understand.
So that part of it is where I'm at. it's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 1 foot in. Okay, cool. We got hope. It's some faith here that we can probably fix this. I'm talking about those ones that you know damn well he ain't finna go get no job. He on the PlayStation all fucking day. He ain't moved from the time you left this morning to the time you came home. He's still on the PlayStation. He has no ambition whatsoever, and you stay in that shit anyway, and you paying all the bills. That's you.
Yeah.
So why do you do that? And I know it's some women out here that's like that, and I know it's some guys out here like that.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, so why settle in mediocrity? Shit, I don't even know if that's mediocrity. Oh, the dick good?
Sex, the kids.
What if you ain't got no kids,
I
Black?
think it goes a little beyond
That's
that. I
crazy.
think some people operate.
That would be crazy. You ain't got no.
You ain't got no ties, but you still
And
stand
you
with this.
If you,
He must be a good protector.
Fuck that.
No,
I beat
No,
him up.
for real.
Beat him
I'm
up.
keeping it 1 buck with y'all. This real shit.
Protecting
So,
what?
I feel like
The PlayStation?
if
I'm sorry, babe. Go ahead.
I feel like if your relationship operates in survival, someone is getting off for being a victim. And you have to recognize that if a person is willing for you to break their boundaries several times, right?
Right.
Because they're going to fight in survival to keep it just so they can tell the story of how they're a victim. This is a person that isn't valuing you. She's valuing the story.
Being a victim.
Yes.
She get to
being a
tell
victim.
her girl, he did this again.
He did this again, he did that again, right? And then still behind closed doors in the process of forgiving you or causing you hell, it just hasn't left the relationship. You know, it goes either way of however that person wants to allow it. Some people, when they operate in that type of environment and thrives in that type of environment, are the type of people I think normally hit zero and still give that second chance, third chance, fourth chance, because now it's just a part of the thread. That too has become a routine.
I think conveniency is a thing. Like, I don't think people, especially us, I don't think we adapt well to change.
No.
And this is no knock on my beautiful Black women, but
Chris
Black
Hill
women.
said, nah, they just stigmatized.
No, Black women don't like change. Not when it comes to relationships. I'm telling y'all, and this is just what I've seen from many women, when they've been with a man a year, I can't see no comments, a year, 2 years, 3 years, it's beyond being stigmatized, Chris. It's beyond having money. It's conveniency, and it's the word I'm looking for, investment. You're vested. Women don't like losing that investment. Nigga, I done poured into you. I done did this. I helped you get your license. I did this. You see what I'm saying? It's an investment. So now I got 3 years in this game, and now you telling me you want to slide after all I done for you, in a sense? No, nigga, we finna work this out. That's the way the women think sometimes.
Okay, I can hear that being a real situation. However, I don't know what will make them stay in that. It wouldn't get me.
And I feel the opposite, actually. I feel that I wouldn't want to waste my time, so I want to stay in it. Like, I keep saying that with any issue or any situation, I'm like, I'm not going into my 30s with my 20-something issue.
Mind frame. Yeah, I got you.
So for me, that everything, I be like, I can't waste these 30s. No, hell no. This is the only set of 30s I'm about to get. Like, I'm not willing to bullshit time no more as I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
So I think it's more of that than saying that, oh, since I have spent this much time with you, we gotta keep going.
No.
I'm not gonna let you take
It's
more.
like we don't spend all of this time, and man,
So
I don't want to waste no more time on it.
If 10 years didn't get it right, I don't know what 5 more gonna
that's my mind frame in it. It's like, at that point, if 6 months they ain't got it right, then what makes me think you're gonna change the next 6 months? Time doesn't change people. Change comes from within.
People change.
Time doesn't change people. Change comes from within. You can wake up one day and say, you know what? I want to change. I want to be different. But the time doesn't make you do that.
Yeah.
That's you coming up and having an epiphany or a revelation in your mind to say, okay, I want to do this. And I want to be better for this.
Yeah.
That's why,
That's a
you know,
personal
when
choice.
people say, you know, a good man can change you. No, A good woman can change? No.
You would change yourself.
You're gonna change yourself for that good person.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
Absolutely.
And I don't care how great the woman is, she's not gonna change me. I'm
was
going to want to be better
arguing with some guy about that
because she makes me better in areas. So I want to tighten those areas up that I am not strong in. And she's exposed that to make me realize it and did it in a graceful way.
Yeah.
So she didn't come up with me, you need to do this, you need to do that. No, she gave me grace and showed me different ways to do those things. So that made me want to change. Yeah. She didn't do it. Or I got a better one for you. Sometimes the woman didn't make you change. She just came at the right time. You was already in the changing process. Mm-hmm. That's what attracted her to you in the first place. Mm-hmm. It's because she's seen these things in you. Women see beyond what men can see. I do believe that.
Yeah,
so right. She's always fallen in love with the potential. Yeah. She's never fallen in love with you in your now. She's fallen in love with you with what you can be later. She's always doing it. I had to break that mold. I didn't want to build a woman again. Just let me love you and surprise me later.
Now I feel like building a woman and falling in love with that person's potential is two different things. Like building a woman is a lie. It's like whatever I think is perfect for you, that's what I'm gonna become, which is probably not her natural self. Your potential is still a part of your natural self. If you know that this person has the ambition or the drive or the can-do to own their own business, but they're settling for working at this company for X amount of dollars, you know this person's potential. You know with the right amount of push, the right amount of grace, the right amount of influence, this person can get here. Mm-hmm. That's not saying a motherfucker that don't have no ambition, don't want to work, and you're like, oh, I'm falling in love because this person can be a business owner. No, that's stupid. Like that's right. Stupid at that point. I feel like that's building. Mm-hmm. Like you know that you have no intentions on being what this person needs, but since this is what this person needs, this is how I'm gonna show myself. I think that's building.
That line look different.
Yeah, so you have to break that down. Like people, it's frustrating because we all got friends. And our friends come talk to us about shit. Yeah. All right. And then me and you, we got shit. Everybody thinks they are friends. But we got people that come to us and come in our life and pour all this shit about their relationships on us. And in our head, I know, at least for me, I'm thinking, why don't you just slide? If you got this problem, this problem, this problem, this problem, why the fuck are you here?
That's the first thing.
That's what I'm in my head. I really want to tell you that. And sometimes I do. I really want, what the fuck are you doing there? Like, what are you staying around for again? You're paying all the bills. You ain't getting no help. You ain't getting no sex. Y'all ain't spending no time. Just remind me why you in this relationship again? I don't get it.
I've been confused by the more than one problem situation. Like, I don't like that. Like, at the point that you can add up like you did, like this and this and this and this and this.
But it's we hear this shit every day. I'm talking about whether it's a relationship, whether it's a marriage. Like, bro, you gotta figure this shit out.
I am learning that
gotta figure this shit out.
More of my male clients stay in these weird ass relationships more than my older female clients. That generation is crazy.
Yeah, they zero tolerance.
Hold on to dirt.
Yeah, they'll hold on.
These guys, I'd be like, who is these bitches? Like, what? And I just chop it up. So I guess you stand for the kids or what? Because how you stand in these horror stories?
The kids is like the first reason why I would leave, me personally. The reason why is because kids are a gift from God. And from my experience with my three, when they're young, their pickup of energy and spirits is super high.
Yeah.
They gonna know when mommy and daddy ain't fucking with each other. You know what I'm saying? We don't like each other. They're gonna sense it without us ever even saying it. If all I do is sit in the living room and watch Sports Center, and all she do is sit in the room and doing, you see what I'm saying? I don't want to live like that and show my kids that for years. You feel what I'm saying? And then you wonder why your kid fucked up. They fucked up because you
don't know how to love, don't know how to see love.
I ain't never seen it.
I've been seeing you depressed your whole life, mama. That's all I know.
Right. So I wouldn't want my kids to be in that environment. That would make me slide even more. So they can have a peaceful environment.
I haven't seen the
well, they gotta be still in love.
Boy, I wish you would get.
But if you're cheating, you can't be in love, right?
don't have a lot of cheating clients though.
I saw a post like that. Like I think it was tonight's conversation that asked that, can you be in love and still cheat on?
I can love you, but I can't be in love with you.
I don't have many cheating clients. I have just unhappy couples. Like, why are you in unhappy relationships? I get the time, I get the kids, I get the bills. But if you that unhappy, she is too.
And guess what?
She the fuck is
if
too.
those
Y'all
are
faking.
if
Y'all
those are the issues,
go to your favorite restaurant and say, "What the fuck are we doing?"
And I'm about to say we need to sit down.
Just what is it?
We need to sit down. We need to sit down and just split it up.
What the fuck are we doing?
If the lease is the lease, then there's ways to get out of it. There's ways to do everything.
Sure is.
You need to make a sacrifice if you want to do it or not.
And let's just have this conversation to see what it is. Let's see what it is, because ultimately you're gonna hold that person back, and that person's gonna hold you back. The decision to stay in that mess is gonna overthrow all your goals and dreams. You're gonna be more focused on painting that fake picture and staying in this fake relationship over everything. Now you don't have no time to focus on what you like now and what you can do better now. And you're gonna waste so much money on it. I see who said something. I can't remember who said it, but I seen a post that said some people don't even have the money to figure out what they're good at. You know why? Because you're wasting it in that whack ass. If you weren't paying that motherfucking lease, you could have been figuring out what the fuck you're good at. But no, you want to be stuck there trying not to look stupid, but you already look stupid. You might as well get up. You might as well go on out go to Boomer Jacks, buy a bunch of shots, and have uncomfortable conversation after uncomfortable conversation. Because how you planning on having a life with somebody when you don't know what they're uncomfortable with, especially with the life with you? Tell me everything. Tell me everything.
Right.
If you don't like that I sit in this spot, tell me everything, so I know that I'm not sitting with someone that's secretly saying, I hate when she sit in that fucking chair. Or I hate when she eat like that. Or I hate, I don't fucking know what you feel. But I'm sure gonna tell you. So you might as well tell me.
Yeah.
I'll tell you quick. Hey.
All right, so let's talk about the why we stay friends with a motherfucker like that. So we talked about the relationships, right? Here's the one I want to talk about.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the friendships. The friendships that y'all might have been cool in high school, but as grown motherfuckers, you going I-20 East, that motherfucker going I-20 West. Why you staying there? But this is your day one. As the fellas. Man. You know what I mean? Like,
grow apart from your friends.
Yeah, but you ain't man enough or woman enough to tell them, hey, man, I love you, but this ain't what it used to be. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's one-sided. You feel what I'm saying?
I don't know the conversation. I've never had that uncomfortable conversation with a friend. I create distance. But
you should.
Yeah, I should. I don't know what that conversation would be like. With a friend, I just hit the switch.
Because then when I think about it, if me and you we have a fallout and you just hit the switch on me, but we got people that's connected to us that we still got to see. So now that creates uncomfortable spots for them. So now, hey, what happened to Dion? Oh, shoot, we just fell out, we cool. But then it gives them uncomfortable, vibes. If they're around us and they around me and they're used to seeing you, or if they're around you and they're used to seeing me, you see what I'm saying? Like, now they're affected off of our split. You see what I'm saying? So to have that,
everybody, I don't love it.
Huh?
I don't care. Y'all all gonna be uncomfortable around me. I don't give a fuck.
That's it. I don't either.
I'm purposely make everybody uncomfortable. I don't care.
I don't either, but at the same time, it's like I've had an uncomfortable conversation with a friend. It wasn't good, but it was needed.
It was necessary.
Because if I didn't, I was going to be the one affected, and I was already affected. So I was tired of being affected.
I think I tried to have a conversation. It wasn't uncomfortable, but it was more so like, hey, what the fuck going on real quick? But it was more so like a water down or a sugar coat, going around and like, it ain't what it is. Trying to paint that picture, it ain't what it is, and it's gonna get better situation. And it's like, but it ain't. You don't give a fuck for real.
Yeah.
You don't give a fuck, and I think pushing that conversation further would have made it more conniving to me, because I'm watching the shit unfold. You know, I'm like, this bitch is really doing this shit. This bitch is really gonna do it to me too. You know, so thinking it and then I feel like having to have that conversation with her would have created a fight. We would have just fought.
I'm down with scrapping though.
Yeah, I think it would have
Like,
just been, and that was just my feelings on it. So I was just
with
like,
friendships,
you know what?
I'm down to scrap, because relationally, I don't really worry about it, because I get it. You know what I mean? But friendship, that means you know things and have seen things that maybe even a person that I was in a relationship, you feel what I'm saying, have not seen nor heard.
Yeah.
You know things about me, like,
and that was crazy too, because me, I know the entire world. I can destroy you and the next generations.
right.
But to do it to me and not know what I would do with this stuff was weird too. It was just like, so she can't be fucking with me. You know?
Right.
It was like, no, she can't be fucking with me. But it was like, no, it ain't. It is that she is fucking with me, but she know I'm a good person, and she know I'm gonna handle things a certain way.
No.
And that was the feeling.
That would piss me off even more, because that would give me more reason to show you that I can switch it up.
And that was the It was like
that's gonna give me more of that reason to show you that I can switch it up. And I think that's what I did.
Yeah.
Because that friend was using me, was doing those things to me. And I wanted to show that person that I can switch this shit up on you and show you how this really feels.
Yeah. I think I just waited too long. It's like I was waiting to not be fucked over, and got fucked over. And I waited too long, that if I was to say what's bothering me, I would have fucked it all up. You know what I'm saying? I would have exploded in a way. And I was just like, damn, this is my real shit. And this shit all falls on me at the end of the day. So
I can't take accountability for they fuck shit though.
Oh,
I can't.
It's
I can't, and I won't. And to this very day, I won't.
It's hard.
Like, that's not. I'm not doing that. I'm not taking accountability for no one's fuck shit that's been in my life. Like, even if I allowed it, I'm not taking accountability.
It's just because of a lease. You get what I'm saying? It's not holding on to anything
or anybody.
Right. Yeah, the relationship is dead. The atmosphere is just coming to an end.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But what kept me there is because that was my lease.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my why. But man, I don't know the conversation to have without a fight.
I still am willing to have, even if I've seen that person today. I'm even more willing to have that conversation now, even more than I was when we exited, because now I didn't process it all from the rooter to the tutor.
Yeah.
So now I know
how to play it out.
Hell yeah.
Your whole
and
plan.
now can you take it is the question, because I ain't worried about if I could take it.
I did. I lived through it.
Exactly. So now are you gonna be able to have that hard conversation with me?
You gotta see what you did. And that's karma always, doing right. So I'm cool with that. But it was definitely that was the hardest process of anything I've ever had to do. Relationship, friendship.
I just don't like being around a person. If I know I got a problem with Story and I know this problem is eating at me, she cannot come in my gym without us sitting down having that conversation. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's not...
The feeling come and go. I honestly don't feel anything when I see her.
That's because you've turned it off.
Yeah, I don't feel anything when I see her. We just can't fake it outside of here.
Understood.
You get what I'm saying? Don't call me on my phone.
Right.
We'll never interact on social media. I don't even follow her. None of that, So it's like, that's dead, baby girl. What we doing is keeping a rapport. And that's literally until the lease ends. So
yeah, so you can finish the ride.
You
but know. I just can't see you. Like, now one thing I will do, I don't want to see you. So if I know you go to goddamn me Dairy Queen on Tuesday, I ain't going Dairy Queen no more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm avoiding seeing you, because I know when I see you, I'm gonna want to have that conversation. And I don't give a damn if you want the conversation or not. I'm bringing with the conversation, and I'm bringing the smoke, because I'm good either way. Yeah. It don't matter to me which one we choose.
Yeah.
But I know I can't be in the same presence as you without us having a conversation.
Yeah.
It might not go well. It might not end with peace. I'm okay with that. I just want you to know. I don't even want you to know what you did, because the reality of it is, you know what you did.
Mhm.
I really just want you to hear me out. And if
Know
you
how
got a
you feel.
response, great. If you don't got a response, that's cool too. I think a lot of people in friendships, when they just part ways like that, you're avoiding the inevitable, because guess what's going to happen? That same situation is going to come in your life again
Yeah.
with another person, another face, another situation. And it's like a revolving door. So you're going to
Honestly,
force yourself to talk.
I would say honestly, this did happen again, but I was the one that left my other partner.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I had a friend in Virginia. We opened the shop, and me and Rick got it together. I was like, I gotta go, and I left.
Right.
And I'm sure she had betted on me being there for a while and helping out with this and that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, I don't want to be. I was already leaving Virginia, and I was just staying because I had to come up with another plan because I had got out of another relationship. So it's like, all right, I can rebuild a new plan.
Mm-hmm.
And that was an option. So I said, okay. And left.
So we're talking about the why, the when, and the who, right? Is that right?
Whether it's,
So,
relationship or something else.
what's the second one?
The
What's
second one is what makes you find? The second was the why. What, why? And now
Well,
this
why
is
and
what makes you
when?
finally decide to go? Like, what's the straw? Thinking once you what?
So relationally, what's that? What is that? I guess that final straw.
Depends on the person.
Do we really have one, or are you hoping and praying every night that they just leave on their own? Oh God, please let them leave.
I'm sure lots of people
Like motherfuckers, like really out here like that.
I think there's people out there that's like that, and then I think it's some people that it doesn't even have to be big. It could be their last small final thing. It just depends on the person, the situation. How long have you been hitting that final straw before they're like pulling it? Like, today is the day. This time is the time. Like, I think it's people for both of those situations.
Yeah,
It really
I'm
depends.
sure not everybody want to be the bad person.
And your final straw in this relationship could be very different from your final straw in your last relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Or your future one.
Because
It really depends.
your tolerance level should be different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think I know time is just
And
depends.
people accept more shit from the person they want if they actually get them. So it definitely depends.
That's amazing to me. You know that?
Yeah.
That people will accept more shit from a person that they want.
Yeah.
That is absolutely
That's what I was
fucking
talking
amazing.
about earlier. One of my clients, we talking about what he ain't gonna do, what he would never do in a relationship or for a girl. And I said, now do you have a girl in your dreams? He was like, yeah. He said Satima. I beat his ass. So he's talking about Satima. And I said, what would you do for Satima? I do whatever she wants. You don't say. You don't say.
That's lust.
What you mean? Whatever she
But that's
wants.
lust. Because
Because
he's
you
only
won't
looking at a
even
physical. He don't know her.
Sure.
So that's lust.
And look, you
He
already
knows
decided.
everything
He's
Satima
already
is. And that's
decided.
his dream.
He'll
But that's
do whatever the
people.
fuck she wants.
Yeah, people make up who they want you to be in their brain.
This bitch just wants you to answer the phone when she calls.
Yeah.
Ain't that something? So you willing to pay? You willing to pay her rent?
But he low key has just told you that the
You
person
gonna
that
buy
he's
her
with,
car?
he really don't want.
You don't. That's not who you want. And that's what the
That's the
conversation
point.
is. You don't have who you want.
Yes.
So you're not willing to do for somebody you're settling with. But go tell the bitch that.
So let me ask you
Go
this: why
tell the bitch you
why
don't-
settle
you
for
don't-
something that you don't want?
That's what
Because
they
they
can
know,
get.
they really know deep down that they.
You laughing and I'm dead serious. Like
No, say what you finna
there's
say.
so many people that do it though.
And
Like
that's what it is. That's what it
That
is.
they know
That's
deep
what
down
made me
inside
laugh.
that they are not the person that they would need to be to get the person they want.
but this is all lustful desires.
Either
You
way.
feel what I'm saying?
It's
So this is all
still-
we're looking at this just from a physical spectrum.
Well,
Not us, but
Nah,
them.
him for sure. He was looking. He don't know. I don't even know the baby girl real name, but he don't know
It's not
Fatima.
Fatima. It's not Fatima.
Fatima. But he done made a decision on her, and that's what you'll do for your dream person. If your person made your check off list, you'll correct whatever the fuck they want you to correct. Because you want the person.
No, because I wouldn't, because
You had the person in your dream.
I am who I am.
Never accept you fully.
For who? That's it.
That's not true.
And so I don't have to change shit.
Just because that person is the person of your dream, don't make you have everything that she fucking want.
Yeah.
I know. That's not what I'm saying.
I've been telling the bitch, girl, that bitch, I don't even like the way you look. I don't like your teeth. I don't like the way you dress. I don't like the way you wear your hair. I don't like anything about you. But I will try to change that shit. You get what I'm saying? And I've done that to women because they like me at this way. You get what I'm saying? No, fuck that. And I can be the girl of your dream. You may not be mine. And be cool with that shit.
I'm just not. So I keep saying, I've been saying it for months. One of my OG partners a long time ago told me, he said, get with somebody that wants you.
True.
Not somebody you want.
But that was how those dynamics is built.
It's been the smartest thing that you can do.
That's some great relationship advice.
Because the reality of it is that you can adjust. All right. That person that wants you don't have to adjust because they're willing. They come in willing.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Now, long as they ain't long as you still attracted to them,
Mm-hmm.
then it's okay. And long as y'all can coexist, then it's good.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening is that you got guys out here going way out of their league. You understand what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to be funny. It's just what it is. High. These niggas going out here, damn well you can't be with no goddamn Kelly Rowland, but you shooting for it. But you shooting for it. You ain't in the position. You don't have the stuff. You ain't in the position or none of that. But you going after it every time. And then when you actually finally get it, you done made a whole 360 change, and she still don't want you because you ain't her person. You see what I'm saying? So,
but she'll take what you have.
Absolutely, she gonna take it
if it's good enough. You get what I'm saying?
It's just the inverse version of what men said that they do.
This absolutely.
I didn't see that last comment. I can't see it now.
Yeah, he said already someone that wants you is key.
Oh, that's what's up, Mike.
I think
Mike, no.
I just feel like I wonder if it's more accepted for men to do that than women to do it.
I think
I think it's because what you just explained. If she did that, then y'all kind of sounded a little like
no. So here's what now I can't speak for women, but here's what I'm saying. It can work both ways.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's give some examples. We always say opposites attract, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has always said that, and obviously it must be some truth to it because I see skinny dudes with big women all the time.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that, but I see it. I'm not saying that they don't love each other or not attracted to each other. I'm just telling you that's the opposite. Okay. So it's the same concept when we talk about get with somebody that wants you, not with somebody you want. And it's not an insult to the women or the men that want you. I think people go straight to a negative when they hear what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not an insult to that person. It's just saying that I've learned when I go after what I want, it never works. Okay. When I go after somebody that wants me and likes me just as much, it works. And that's been very, very slim that I've done it because your lustful desires are always going to kick in first. So you're always, if I see a woman out on the street and she thick, so she's stacked. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go after that before I go after the little thin woman that just love my dirty drawers because that's what I'm attracted to. You see what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that I don't want this one. I'm going after my lustful desires. I had to learn, the older I got, I had to learn how to switch that. You better go after the one that love you because she gonna hold it down. This one right here, somebody else done told her she was fine, thick, everything else. So you, is just like what I was saying last night. You ain't the first. And I'm the type of guy, I'm competitive in everything that I do. So I want to be the first in something. I don't want to be the one that just coming behind just like the other 500 niggas that came in your life and said, oh, baby, you stacked. Because somebody been telling her that all her life. So I've learned to find the person that wants me just as much as I want them.
Yeah.
So it's a balance.
It is.
It's a balance, and you got to find it.
But if you stuck in that situation because the person is fine or something, that's your own downfall.
That's your lustful desires again, because now your lustful desires is going to take over your relationship. Because now I'm gonna tell you one thing I know: when you really like a woman, she also knows you really like her, and if she don't like you, she's going to take advantage of that all day long. And I'm just speaking on our side, and vice versa though.
They know you really like them.
Yeah, they're gonna take advantage with that.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure that you see both sides of that. So I need to see, okay, she really likes me, but I also need to pour into her as well. You see what I'm saying? But what's going to get me to pour into her is because I'm not after looks anymore at this age of my life. I'm after how you treat me and how you treat the loved ones that are around me.
Yeah.
So your looks just need to be where I need to be attracted to.
Yeah.
I ain't gotta have no Fatima. Yeah. I'm good on that. Because Fatima might be bad in the motherfucker, but she probably come with 1,000 problems.
Absolutely.
And I don't want that. So that guy that you were talking about, he's going after his lustful desires, and eventually that's gonna run out. His feelings gonna be hurt. His feelings gonna be hurt. But that's a lot of guys out here though. But they all chasing the same chick.
Perhaps they are, but you're not in the position. She's not taking you. You got 4 kids. You gonna have to find a place to stay before you holler at her, because you can't tell her this your place, not the one which you had with your baby mama. And like, you're not in a position.
That's what I was saying.
You're not there.
You chasing something that you know you out of your league in. You know, in the back of your mind, let's be real. Everybody knows, like,
this moment when you have an idea of what you would do for someone.
When I look in this mirror, right, I know what I look like. Okay. But I also know if Megan Good came walking through that door, I ain't gonna try to talk to her because I feel like what? That's out of my league. It has nothing to do with just looks. Has everything to do with looks, has everything to do with financial, have everything to do like her lifestyle. She out of my league. And I ain't finna go get in debt trying to get in her league. What niggas try to do. I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna be on some, hey, how you doing? Good to see you, blah, 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 and carry on.
This ain't my spot.
Guys on the other, for the most part though, they do something totally different. Now they risking it all to get that. And that don't even want you. So you didn't risk it all to get something that does not want you back. That's the fucked up part about it.
So in these dynamics where people are staying in these toxic relationships, what do you think is the game? What do you think is it for the status?
No, it's not. Like, it's not a game. I want to argue with Story a little bit on that because I still think it's the conveniency. People like to be convenient. Like, if I know I want a relationship, Black, and I got this, then I get this relationship, right? And it's not going the way I thought it was going to go. But I want a relationship. Sometimes you don't want the person. You want the relationship. You understand what I'm saying? So I want this. But even though it's not going right, I got this. I got what I wanted. So I'm willing to sit in this shit. This shit is miserable. I'm coming home every day. We ain't doing shit. But I got what I wanted, which was the relationship. I didn't want the person. I wanted the relationship. A lot of motherfuckers want the relationship. A lot of people don't like being alone. A lot of people don't know how to start over. If I've been with you for 5 years, I don't want to start over. I don't want to start over because it's like we got all this shit together. And if I start over, I'm starting over from nothing. It's conveniency. It's all conveniency. People are infatuated with certain shit. Now, once you find out what you're infatuated with, it's up to you to figure out, can I live with it and can I live without it? Yeah. But a lot of people are infatuated with relationships. That's conveniency to me. It's fucked up, but you don't know that until you really get deep into it and you see like, okay, I love this person, but I love our relationship. Yeah. Me, on the other hand, I need to love you and love our relationship in that order. I can't do one without the other. Yeah. Like, I'm not finna love you and hate the relationship. And I'm not finna love the relationship and hate you. Yeah. I'm gonna slide if it's that way. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of people are in relationships specifically just like that. I love this relationship. I don't too much care for her, but I love this relationship, so I'm good.
I don't understand how they can even have a happy, loving relationship and not care for a person. I can understand the other side way around, but I can't understand that one.
Because
Like this person, but you like the relationship.
because that was the whole goal from the jump.
A lot of gifts.
Yeah, I was infatuated with the fact that
Split with the
right.
bills.
I was infatuated with relationally. I don't want to do this life alone. I've heard women say this out their mouth. I just want some companion. I'm just tired of being by myself. We've all heard that shit, right?
Toxic ass relationship I hear with
We-
this guy, I would rather not.
No, but did you hear what I'm saying? Like, I've heard women say this. I'm just tired of being by myself. I hear it every day in here. I heard it. So I'm thinking in my head, so you willing to take any motherfucker that smile in your face right now? That's what I hear when you say that to me. Because that's what you basically
You
saying.
need some attention.
You need some attention. You want somebody to tell you look good, baby, what you want to eat, or you know what I'm saying? Whatever you feel like a man is supposed to, that's what you want. And you're tired of being alone because you know women got times in their head. I'm 35, or I need to have a kid by 35. I need to be well off in my career by 35. I ain't bullshitting, sis. I'm telling you real
You gotta
shit.
wrap that shit up, 35.
Psychological and scientific fact is called an internal biological clock.
Fellas, tell me I'm lying, fellas. Ladies, tell me I'm lying. Y'all know I'm not lying.
Because also you consider the fact that your ovaries start to like
You know what I'm
that whole
saying?
thing.
It wouldn't be 35.
Say, I'm telling you, it's 35. Woman,
Something.
I promise you, take a survey right now, sis. Find 10 women that's 35 years old that don't have any kids. Ask them, do they want kids now?
Yeah, because they just had.
Wanna know why?
kids
They gonna
next
say
to
hell
them.
to the fuck no. Wanna know why? It was like, nah, hell no. I'm too well off in my career and blah, 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 blah. They ain't trying to hear that shit.
After you pass them 20-something, you already focused on something else. So you should have had them.
But then you might get the person. You see what I'm saying?
True.
At 35, 36, 37, you
Absolutely
get
right.
this person, right?
That
We just watched it on Ready to Love. Like, we just watched it. You get that person. You get that-
Agree.
You get that person, and then this person is the person of your dreams, and you love their dirty draws, but you just said, no.
But you got to remember that I just asked Pam to confirm at 35, you're automatically considered as a high risk pregnancy. So that's why most of them won't.
Okay, so let me ask you this, doctor. They're not thinking about that though, right?
Yeah,
they
No, they're not. Come on, y'all. Stop
Stop
it. Stop it.
Everywhere
Stop
you go,
it.
they're gonna say, if you
Stop
can bring that to
it.
us, I'm gonna be like, at 35, you get what I'm saying? Even if
conversation with, yes, she's thinking it. The woman that is educated, thinking about her future, planned it, had a certain way she want to go about doing it. Yeah, she's thinking about those things. It's a scientific fact. It's not just an emotion that all women just kind of agree with. No.
But it's
We
but
didn't
it's
be like, hey, sis, we gonna call it at 35.
We gonna call it
We gonna call it at 35.
No, they
because
didn't
if you ain't had it by then,
Yeah.
you
you
can
gonna
A,
put
don't
yourself
want it,
at a
or
risk
B,
now.
you got a panic wishing you had it. But
Because
either
pregnancy
way,
is
But I
dangerous
do-
in general,
I
but now
do-
you put
I'm
you
aware of
and
that.
baby.
I'm aware of that.
No, I'm
we're
saying,
waiting
I
for the
know.
right
But
person.
now you put you and that baby at a higher risk.
True.
You don't necessarily
But
want
do
to do
I
that.
do fairly agree that you got to pick better fathers and better fathers for your child and better mothers for your child. You get what I'm saying? And that takes maturity, which a lot of 20-somethings don't have.
I just don't think, and I get what
Like they
I get
should.
what the doctor is saying, but
They should
I just
really
think
figure
that at 20, 25, 26, like you're not mature enough to handle what comes with having a baby. Now, I'm not, I had one at 27, 29, and 33, so I get it. But
Gotta learn.
you got to figure it out. Like, but you also can't, just know when you shut off your biological clock, you also could be shutting out the person that's the love of your life. Just know that. Ladies,
What you mean? If you
Ladies,
shut off the biological clock.
if you shut off, hypothetically, if you shut off your biological clock,
How you shut it off? What you mean?
I'm just saying, if you say you don't want no kids, if you hit 35, you say you don't want no kids.
They
Hold
ain't
on.
gonna fucking get
Hold
hurt.
on. Hold on. You say you don't want no kids. You 35 years old. All I'm saying is
Like,
that
when you love me, give me a baby.
I'm
No,
saying, and you
don't
meet the
put
guy
it
of your
like-
dreams. You meet the guy that you want to spend the rest of your life with. He 35. He
We
ain't got no
just
more
fucking
kids too.
spending life then.
Then guess what? He gonna slide.
No.
I promise
If
you.
he slide because you won't give him another baby at your old age.
No. I didn't say another baby. I said a baby.
A baby.
Then
At 30 fucking 5, then he ain't the love of your life.
how you know that?
He ain't, motherfucker. He don't give a fuck about your life. That's why he's not the love of your
That's
life.
not
He
necessarily
don't
saying
care
that.
if you get
That's
hurt.
not necessarily saying that.
His
Huh?
She got on that table.
feelings-
you stuck with a kid,
Yeah, his
you've
feelings to
never had
have a
one, you by
baby shouldn't
yourself.
trump if this lady make it out from this baby. No way.
We're gonna make sure that all of
Ain't
those
no making
things,
sure.
are- like this.
It
That's
ain't
just
no
no.
making sure.
No. I'm just saying the man. I'm just
There are
saying.
people that decide at older ages to have children. There are people that literally wait until they found that person that they really want to share that experience with. And sometimes they are older, and sometimes those come with complications. That's a conversation between those two people.
Mhm.
because
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying. But you
Yeah.
can't.
have to do
If you
that.
take it off the table, right, completely with no thought, then you're right. You know what? I'll take that back. Then you're right. Then I'm not the person for you
Mhm.
because I'm not willing to take that off the table.
Mhm.
I ain't willing to do that.
Right.
But that's some shit that you got to be talking about, like while we in that shit dating, not some shit that we talk about after we done got engaged and all this other shit.
Especially
You understand what I'm saying?
No, the women I know that are single and know they're in the pool, they're in the mixed up pool. They have these conversations. Like I feel like this is a profound shit. Like I just think it's a certain woman we expect to have these conversations and isn't, and we let they kind of speak for the masses. And it's not true.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying I know
speaking
women.
in general. I'm not
Yeah.
saying like just you specifically, but that's how I just understand. Like, yeah, women are having the conversation, and men are having the conversation. Hey, do you want kids at all? No, maybe so. How you feel about
That's the end of our
kids?
date. If that was the case, if I wanted a kid, that's the end of our date.
it should
Like,
be.
and I don't want to waste no more of your time.
But and vice
Like, straight
versa.
up.
And I think
Like
that's-
But you can't do that. Like,
a woman
we're going into a
wanted
whole
a-
nother conversation. But
say you
but
get
she
a woman
won't.
with no kids that
Okay.
want kids.
Okay.
You don't want kids. You don't
Right.
want any more kids.
And I'm telling her
So
have a
then
nice
that's
day.
what you
Nice
should-
day.
Is
If that was the
but
case,
it should be
yes.
vice versa because you can't.
She's more than welcome to walk away from the table if I tell you that I want kids and you say I don't want none. I've met women like that, me personally.
Yeah,
And that was the end of our conversation.
And I think that's good.
it should be because
I don't give a fuck how nice you are. I don't give a fuck how bad you are.
fuck
I don't
all
care
that.
about your career.
We're uncompatible. At
We're
this point.
uncompatible because I know what I want.
I was
I want a
adamant
kid.
about it. If you want that baby, you should go.
I was
have
in
those
that
babies.
position with my
Have
ex-wife.
those
I was
babies.
in that position. She already had a kid. I was nervous about having a conversation. But when we had the conversation, she was like, you know, she was good either way. And she wanted more, and I was like, okay, cool, we good. If she would have said no, then that wouldn't have been it.
Mhm.
And I was in my 20s. I knew I wanted children.
Mhm.
So the issue be a lot of people don't even know. Like, I do believe there's a lot of people that don't even know if they want that or not. So then when a person brings that conversation to you, when we have a real adult conversation, that's boom. Yes or no. I ain't even gotta hesitate. You want more kids? Yeah. Whatever God give me, yeah. My response is my response.
Mhm.
If you said you want more kids, I ain't really thought about it. What the fuck do you mean?
Mhm.
That's a no to me. If you say you ain't really thought about it, ain't that a no to you?
Yeah.
That's a no to you, right?
You know if you want them
If you say you ain't never thought about it, that's gotta be a no.
I don't want you to start thinking about it with me.
but you change your mind.
I'm having a real conversation. If we dating, like if I done went out with 2, 3, 4 dates with you, at this point, we can at least talk about some future stuff because that means we're serious about each other in a way.
I won't want my partner to settle for any fucking thing with me. Like you have to want the fuck out of me at every step of the way. You're gonna have to want kids in your individualism
Mhm.
for me to be comfortable with the idea of us having kids together. If I done chose you as my partner, you're now my partner. And you will be willing to have a kid on the strength of me. Like when you first hear that, you're like, okay, yeah. And then when you like actually sit in there, it's like, wow, I appreciate you with all my heart for your willingness to make this sacrifice. I think you'll be incredible at it, but that's not a decision that would naturally be yours. I can't rob you of that. And that's what I feel. I strongly believe in that and I lean in that. So I feel like for
I
a
didn't want to
person,
rob her of one either.
yeah. So as long as we're
Shit.
willing to have that exchange and those hard conversations, it's like, okay, I find our relationship healthy here. Because you just have to be honest with yourself. So I do agree with you in that. Like if a person tells you, I ain't never thought about having kids, no.
I just know you got to know what your non-negotiables are. And when I'm one of them type of people that just leave everything on the table.
Yep.
So what I mean, no, you might not agree with what I'm about to say. What I'm saying about that is that I leave a lot of things open. You see what I'm saying? I'll be 40 in a couple of months. Like, and if I'm dating somebody that's 30 and she want a kid, I'm not going to rob her of that.
Yeah.
So I leave things on the table.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? It's not a no for me. It's not an absolute no.
Mm-hmm.
It's let's see where we at. You feel what I'm saying? And if we in that spot, I'm with it. Because if you rocking, I'm rolling.
But what
I'm saying
kid is so
it is. But the thing is like at the end of the day, I don't want to be like no, because I don't know. Like and when I know it, I'm gonna tell you, yeah, I think I'm done with that. If I'm 45 years old, yeah, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm done with that. You see what I'm saying? But I don't want to be like, hell no, I'm 40 years old. And I really
it wouldn't want to be
and I really enjoy that. You feel what I'm saying? Like this person and this life and everything. And I don't want that to be the deal breaker. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm gonna let her know that ahead of time if it is.
And I think
A lot of
also
people don't do
have
that.
to have that discernment to understand that your words and your actions might contradict. You might say, yeah, we can have a kid. But if the actions don't match for either parties, why go down that road?
Yeah,
true.
If it don't make sense, and then to tie it back into, especially if you're in a relationship, let's say it's not bad, you might feel like it's the end of time, you might feel like it's okay. But if that doesn't fit that relationship, because you can kind of tell. If that doesn't fit that relationship, why push for that?
Yeah.
You either okay with having it or you ain't.
But if it's something the person wants, why stay in a relationship?
Then that's what I'm saying. You either okay with that or you ain't. You leave if you ain't.
I think it's that person's decision at that point. Like you give what you can only have control of what you have control over. So for you to say like, oh, I don't want kids, okay. And if the person that wants kids are like, okay, we don't have to have kids, then that's that person's opportunity. You have did your declaration of saying, this is my stance on it. I do not want to have kids.
Now you have an option of
you gave the ball to you passed the
But
ball.
that's no longer your
And I think that's what he's saying. He
wouldn't
wouldn't want to take that option away, even though
Right. So I understand.
I agree with the younger woman. The older woman, no. If she's gonna be hurt, no. Live your life, girl.
And some
It's
people,
so many
like
other
Kim
ways
said,
to
some
become a
people are
mother.
willing to take that risk. You just have to
Be willing to take
be
that
willing
risk.
to take that risk. Yeah.
And I would want that older woman's decision too. Like,
Yeah.
try like, yeah, I just.
Because,
Really
I mean,
wanna
I've
have
seen
shots
it
and make
happen.
my-
I've seen older people have babies. It's just
Jesse
not.
had hers at like 40 and
You ain't gonna
something.
take. Yeah.
I'm not taking nothing away from. I just
Yeah.
the question is simple. Hey, do you want kids? If she say, hey, at my age, no, I'm not really interested in that, then okay.
But even over that, even over the kids, if people staying in relationships where their deal breakers have been met.
I think
know,
people
like you
staying in
said-
relationships and they deal breakers been trumped all over and ran
Yeah, like
through.
you said,
and they still staying in a motherfucker.
The cheating deal breaker.
Like, yeah.
Like that. If that, what is that? What that mentality is for you to know you done said, hey, you cross this line, it's over. And then that person jump over it. And then you say, okay, I'm gonna draw another
Bail
line.
zone. Just jump.
You get what I'm saying? At what point, what do you tell yourself to be okay with them crossing that boundary and you being okay with it now? Because they know they can overstep you now. They know they can disregard your feelings, disregard your boundaries, and do what they want. You're gonna stay still. So what is that mentality? Is acceptance?
That's a conveniency mentality.
I don't even know if that's a convenience mentality. I don't know what that is. I think at that point, this person has stopped valuing themselves.
There's self-esteem issues for sure.
I
So
mean,
Not
I mean, just
necessarily
like
that.
have not valued themselves in a way of saying you're worthy of having someone that won't cheat on you.
Yeah.
You are now valuing yourself of, oh, I got this person. So you're trying
okay, I
to
see
be
what you're
okay
saying.
with what's
Right.
happening, right?
You-
but they never are really.
You
You
become
have
okay
mental
with them cheating as long
conversations.
as they come back.
You have mental conversations with yourself to
But
make
then when
it
they
be
come
okay.
back,
Not even like
do you act like it didn't happen? Because
No, not
I
even necessarily. It's like with the hopes that this person will finally see, I'm right here, choose me, don't cheat on me. It's like literally that. You're trying to wait for this person to choose you and what their faults are.
okay.
And that's because you don't value yourself enough
So,
to know that you deserve
I get
someone
I
who
get
won't
what
get
you're
that
doing.
yonder.
I get the action. What's the mentality? Is it a settle? Is it a what are you telling yourself to be able to do that?
You're telling yourself that this is the best that I'm gonna get, so I might as well ride it out.
Bullshit too, though. I don't
Like, I feel-
necessarily-
But-
I'm thinking in
Okay.
my mind. I'm just on the limb. I'm taking a wild guess. I'm just because I don't know.
I
but-
live these experiences in my opinion. So it's like
What would you telling yourself?
it depends on which one. Like in our situation, I chose to believe you
Believe what?
that you would like not hurt me in that way. Like
Mm-hmm.
you just choose to believe that person because this is our second go around thing.
Mhm.
So in the first go around, I think in relationships, like I'm very lenient. It's like I'm going to give you my trust because I choose to give you my trust, and then if you break that for me, I want the explanation. I'm not the person that gets upset to the point of like this is it, or upset to the point where I'm gonna do a lot of rah rah and then
But it's the deal
come back.
breaker.
With the deal breaker, I'm talking about with the cheating deal breaker.
Mhm.
So yeah, you're upset, but you're hoping this person will choose you in it. The mentality is just like, I'm here, I'm present. I want this person to be present with me and choose me in this.
But with that, and you say it's a deal breaker, it doesn't matter their explanation. So are you saying your deal breakers are just things you hope don't happen?
That's exactly
But
what
you're
a
not
deal
willing
breaker
to-
is. A
No,
deal breaker
a
is
deal
something
breaker
that
is
you
the-
hope this person does not do
Because-
this will cause you to do X,
Because
Y,
it's the
and Z.
end. If you do
Right.
this, it's the end. So if you do this, it ain't nothing you can say to me to convince me of why you did it.
But that person
You know?
has to get to that point. So the reason why our deal breaker is such a deal breaker now, because when we first together, I never told you that was a deal breaker
Yeah.
for me. It's because I experienced that, know what it made me feel about myself, how I internalized it. I couldn't give that to you again. So it's now the deal breaker. For me, deal breakers happen at the point that they occur, where this should be now a deal breaker if it previously wasn't. First mentality was, I'm riding down, I want to show this person how down I am for them. It also goes with mentality and your reasoning of choice. So I don't think it's necessarily a mentality. I think it's kind of like a situation, who this person is in this moment of time. What are they willing to get over, get through, if they're honest with themselves? And then you then define that if it's a deal breaker or not. Moving forward, you now know this is a deal breaker. You know what your deal breakers are, and you probably have already experienced those in previous relationships. So it's just defining it as things occur and happen.
What are my deal breakers? I don't know.
And then also, I feel like sometimes deal breakers are usually categorized as, if you do this, then I'm gone. Sometimes people don't realize their deal breakers aren't, the end effect isn't that they're gone. It's just that they don't look at the relationship in the same light.
Mhm.
They can still be in it
Yeah.
because they still care. However, it's like, okay, well, if deal breaking was cheating and you cheat in a relationship, now I expect you to do that. If I'm not going to leave, I'm not going to make a big fuss. But at this point, I now have no faith in you that I'm a priority. It's always going to be somebody else.
See, my thing is that, let me stir the pot up a little bit.
Mhm.
As much as we as much as we all have deal breakers, make sure you have self-evaluation checks. Because this is where men and women normally fight. If a person, let's just say cheating is the thing. Cheating is your deal breaker, cheating is what they did. You also got to take some time to look at yourself in the mirror to say, how did we get here? See what I'm saying? Yes, there are some idiots out here that just cheat just because they shouldn't have been in a relationship in the first place. But I'm talking about if you spend 5 years with this person and they cheated one time, but you know at the time that they cheated, that shit is rocky, or it was rocky, and y'all didn't do the necessary steps y'all need to do to try to make it right, then you got to take some of that shit on the chin too.
I think they do. I think that's
I
why
think-
you had
I
that
think.
question.
We think.
I think, but based off of like the previous conversation and how we set it up, it was just like, why you up here still complaining on this man and cheated like X, Y, A, B, 1, 2, 3 amount of times, and you still hollering this deal breaker. I think that's what bitches is doing, is taking it on their chin and in their face and getting slapped and shit, you know.
No, but I'm
with
saying,
these understandings.
I get it, but I'm saying
What they do.
a repeat offender is a repeat offender. I ain't talking about him. I'm talking about y'all been rocking. It's 5 years strong. Let's just use that.
Mhm.
All right, it's tight. This last year, I should have been rocking. He slides and he makes a mistake.
Mhm.
You find out. You, not saying you got to stay, because your choice is your choice. I always say that. But you also, even if you leave or even if you stay, you got to take some opportunity to say, you know what? It's not my fault. I didn't make him go do that. But my actions, because we could have fixed it or we could have at least attempted, I got to take some of that on the chin. Not saying he was right, because he's wrong. Absolutely. But you got to look at the relationship and say, it takes two to tango. I wasn't doing shit. He wasn't doing shit. We both fell off. We didn't communicate. We didn't do this. Okay. Then you decide on whether you want to give him a pass or not. If you don't, you don't. If you do, you do.
Mhm.
But the thing is, it's like, okay, if it's that much of a non-negotiable, then when you was falling off,
I hear what you're saying, D, but the
all I'm
Scorpio
saying.
in me is like having a very hard time with that.
understand.
And the reason why it's having such a hard time is because what I'm hearing is that you want me to take a double L. It's like you
No,
want
no,
me
no.
to take but listen,
Okay.
you want me to take the L of the shit that I did wrong in the relationship. And it does sound like understand the L, like within the L, what he had to do was go cheat. Like it's like, and I gotta hold that L too. Like that dick ain't mine for real. Because shit is rocking.
When you
I
mad at
cannot-
me, you gonna give
this
it away.
is what you do.
And to
And I
anybody,
can't
because we only
project-
been beefing for this amount of
Because
time.
for 5
So-
years, we ain't been rocking. And on the 5th year, the first time we get rocking, this is what you going to do. And I got to take my L of what I didn't do
Mhm.
and the L that made you go do what you decided to do. I didn't go get an orgasm out of this ordeal of this frustration.
Could have, but you didn't.
But
Right,
I didn't.
but
and
didn't.
That's the problem. Like I can't hold 2 L's. I can only hold I hear you. And I get the option of leaving, but within that option of leaving is in peace, especially if my ideal was never to leave you.
You wasn't in peace anyway.
It didn't have to be this type of peace.
I get it, but you wasn't in peace.
But I probably wasn't at that 0. So
Was
were
you?
you at that 0?
You ain't
No.
giving me shit, so you
I
must have
feel
been at
like
some
I'm
zero.
at the point that I cheat.
We fight.
I have cheated before. At the point
We
I
fight.
cheat, I'm at a 0 with you.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna be woman enough to acknowledge that, like, fuck, I'm at a 0 with this
I've been
person.
on both sides of the spectrum too.
So can
And I was at
appreciate
0
that.
on both sides.
So,
I was
okay, that's
when I
fine.
cheated, I was 0.
But I'm
When I
not
got
about to
cheated on, I was
hold-
0.
I'm not about to give this person the L of having to hold my cheating. And I'm not about to be expected to hold his L. or
That's
her
why I
L.
was okay with the fact that if you want to leave, leave. But
You
even when
don't
you
get
leave,
to be
look
okay.
yourself in the mirror
You don't
and say you could have did better.
No, fuck that.
Yes, you
I'm not
could've.
getting those instructions. My instructions is what? Is my identifying with the fact that it's been rocky. That's what you told me to identify. That's the L I'm taking first and only. That's it. My parts of why this shit was rocky. My parts of why I haven't said something to you and it took so long for you to say something to me. Why we ain't saying shit? The first conversation is you telling me you went and gave that dick to somebody.
Understood?
Mhm.
Like, that should never be our first conversation and
Right.
shit is rocky.
The same
Understood.
time you had to go get to know her, you could have said, "Hey,
Yeah.
I know we beefing. You think we can get some though before?" Because I'm thinking about cheating.
I
Because
got
that's, that's what I'm saying.
The minute you say that,
Especially-
I get that. And I've done that.
No.
But the minute you do that, she's already, and I'm just talking about what she's
But
saying.
it is-
She's already thought that you done cheated.
No, she
even if
gonna
you
think
say no,
this
no,
nigga's
bullshit,
trying not to go fuck over on me.
Bullshit.
No.
bullshit.
That's what I was
She
thinking.
know, she thinks in her head. You say, baby, hey, you know what I'm saying? We get
I know
something,
you
'cause
mad
think-
at me, but we
I mean,
need to.
we need to do something. And because I'm thinking about cheating, she gonna be like, oh, so you done cheated.
No.
That's what she's gonna say.
Well, cool. Believe what the fuck you want to believe.
And
bitch,
that's
but
the okay.
it is
Go
what
ahead.
it is.
Go ahead.
You ain't think about going to the Bahamas? You said you need some space.
You ain't thought about none of that. You ain't thought about
If I say I need some space, you think I'm fucking. Like, come on, y'all. Y'all stop playing with me.
before you need
I don't think I don't know. I guess in my big age,
I just-
because my relationship isn't based off that. I don't just think cheating.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
weird to
in a
me that
heterosexual
cheating-
relationship, a lot of women do just think cheating. Baby, I need some space. Who you fucking? Who you talking to? Okay, They do think that. And I'm talking about real space. I ain't talking about, hey, baby, give me a minute. I'm talking about real space.
Yeah.
I need some days. Let me get some space. You know what? I'm gonna go get a room because I'm feeling like, oh, who you bringing to the room? Like, I'm just telling y'all the insecurities within a woman.
I'm not saying
I feel like it's
Okay.
I feel like
Okay.
that's gender neutral. Because if I say I need some space and I'm gonna go get a room by myself,
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, what niggas come?
I
I'll be
wouldn't
through.
say
Let
that.
me see.
I wouldn't
I'ma
say
come
that.
through.
Go take your ass down.
I wouldn't say
Stress on
that.
everybody.
Right.
I'll go
I
down
would-
stress on everybody.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Just like I feel
wouldn't
like
say
the
that, but I
same
get it. I
conversation
get it.
can't go both ways.
It
I
can,
can't
but
go
we-
to my nigga and be like, hey, you know, I'm feeling some type of way. I'm thinking about cheating. That nigga gonna be like,
No,
what
no,
the fuck?
Black said, hey, we need to get it in.
Man.
Black said we need to get it in because, you know,
I think
I'm
we
feeling
should
like
have
slop.
sex. I think
You know
we
what
should
I'm
have sex.
I-
Shit.
I'm
I
not
know.
going to think that you done went and done something already.
No, but that's what
I'm
I'm,
not
saying.
gonna
Even in the flip, even if I don't word it, if I word it in the sense like,
But even
you
when
know,
things
you
are
ain't
off
touched
in
me
a
the same
relationship.
way
Now,
I
how you
feel
word
an
is
issue.
very important in
But
that moment, though.
that's what I'm saying. Like if I say, you know, we ain't been intimate, I'm not feeling this. I'm really thinking about cheating. You know, to try to get that energy because you seem like you don't have the time or whatever
You
space to be
can't.
able to give it to
But
me.
that's not
If I
player.
say that to you,
That's not player.
you gonna.
That's not player.
But it's honest.
It's honest,
It's
but
honest.
like, know how to talk to your motherfucking person.
Facts.
That's what I'm telling you.
Facts.
You can't come to me and talk about yada 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 yada. I'm thinking about cheating. All I heard was the second sentence.
That's what I'm saying.
That's all I
It's the
heard.
same way on both
But
sides.
my-
All you hear is I'm
The
cheating.
second sentence, but my
Or
friend
cheating by
knows
cheating.
how to speak to me in a way that I'm going to hear her. So it's like, no, you probably good with that first sentence. Just give me the first sentence.
Yeah, you don't have to say it all like that. I'm just saying the
That could be your
But I'm
conversation.
talking about what he
I
said
hate,
earlier.
you know what?
was that-
Okay, Chris just said, she said, well, if the woman always think that way, what women are you dealing with? So we're not talking about women that I'm dealing with
Uh-huh.
or women that man is dealing with. We are saying that there are some women out there like that. Just like y'all say niggas ain't shit. You're right. There are some niggas out there like that.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? It's not everybody.
And let me say something to be very honest, and it's probably not gonna go over well. Just because you don't say it, don't mean you didn't think it.
Facts.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say that because a lot of us, again, I'm not gonna automatically think that you're cheating, but it might pop in my head as soon as you say you need to get to the room. And I'm like, and never mind. Like it's a natural thought process. It's not a
So
negative
we
thing
are
to think that.
computers, right? In my mind, I think humans are like computers. If you tell me you finna go get a room, my mind goes computerized mode and I'm looking at your history. I'm dead ass serious.
Mhm.
I'm thinking about your history. And if your history tells me that I ain't got no indications of you doing anything, no fuck shit, then I'm okay, baby, take as much time as you need. Call me and let me know you made it.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
I
So
booked the motherfucker.
you feel what I'm saying? I'll book it. I'll pay for it. We good. Because your history tells me that we straight. You just need some time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you, if you say I'm going to go out for the weekend, I'm going to go over there for the weekend. Okay. Friday, Saturday, I'm going to let you stay by yourself. Sunday, I'm pulling up and I'm pulling up with that dick. So
Mhm.
I'm going to make sure everything is solidified before you leave that hotel because whatever you trying to get off your chest, we're going to leave that bitch there.
Mhm.
You feel what I'm saying? So I'm looking at your history.
It needs to be a useful tool.
Absolutely. And your history at the end of the day, if your history show me that you don't have no signs of that, then I'm good with you going to get some time to yourself, baby.
Mhm.
I get it. But if your history show me that you've been doing some sneaky shit, it's a no for me. Like, what the fuck you need a room for? Like, you already been doing ABC, sneaky shit. I ain't saying you've been doing anything, but you already been kind of
Yeah.
acting weird. You feel what I'm saying? Fuck you need a room for.
Mhm.
So no, it also depends on your history. If you know your man been doing some fuck shit, he ain't cheating. But if he already been doing some fuck shit, he texting and putting his phone down flat, whatever the case may be.
Oh, he
You feel what I'm saying?
Definitely
So,
cheating,
and
man.
then he tell you all of a sudden, I need some space. His history tells you that he probably finna go do some fuck shit. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta know your partner. That's number one.
Yeah.
She just said it. I know my partner.
Mhm.
Know your partner. If you know your partner ain't strong in some areas, example, you and your boyfriend, whatever the case may be, y'all want to go to the strip club. You know he has lustful issues. Why would you take him to the strip club?
Mhm.
It's also about making sure you keep your partner in the right environment. Because if you don't, Motherfuckers, everybody got problems.
Mhm.
If my girl knows, I know she got money issues, why the fuck I'm gonna take her to Oklahoma to go gamble?
Mhm.
She gonna gamble the rent money away. So it's also about knowing your partner and knowing their history. Shit, I'm asking on a date. Have you ever cheated before? You feel me? Okay, you did. Bet. Why?
Uh-huh.
What's wrong with asking these questions? Y'all don't ask shit, man. All y'all do is you go
You
out on a
assume.
date, you assume some shit, you go after your lust of desires. Now you giving them yourself, you giving them your body, you giving them your time, and you ain't found out shit about the individual. You don't know shit about them.
Now you stuck in a relationship you can't get out of.
Now you got in a relationship that you didn't even expect was gonna be in a relationship, but it's a relationship.
Mhm.
So that's why I was saying earlier story that sometimes you got to look your own self in the mirror and say, so no, you don't have to take 2 L's.
I seen a post that
But the
said-
L that you gonna take the most is when you know you could have did something better or you could have been better and you chose not to. That's the biggest L.
In that way, I agree. In that specific way, I
Yeah.
definitely agree.
That's the biggest L though. The biggest L is not the cheating.
I feel the other way around.
The biggest L is not the
I feel
cheating.
L is when you did everything and still wasn't enough. I feel like that's the biggest L.
That is a person, okay, so that is a person that was with you, but you love them more than they love you.
Mhm.
That's that
Together.
person.
So,
What
So
is that-
now that's
a
the,
big-ass L.
you see what I'm saying? So that's the biggest L.
Is that also the same concept of, because that's the part that gets me weirded out when you
Okay.
say a person that you love more than they love you.
uh-huh.
Is that the same of wanting that person to want you more than you want them?
No, because in a relationship, right? Unfortunately.
If I wanted you more, then I probably will end up loving you more.
So here's the
That's
thing.
why I would associate-
Yes, I get what y'all saying, and it makes sense, but I don't think so. Only because we all know in a relationship, one person is going to love more than the other. All right, it's a given fact.
I think they're just doing different things.
It is. It's doing different things, but unfortunately, on a grand spectrum, it's going to look like if me and you are in a relationship, it's going to look like if I'm doing more, it's going to look like I love you more. That's what it's going to look like. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
The issue
Sure,
is
but
the
that's
issue.
not saying you love them more. Like she do more for me.
It's
but
the-
I'll die for her.
It's you
Is
see,
that the
but it's
same?
but it's also the love languages. It's about y'all's love language.
It is.
So you see what I'm saying? If my love language is words of affirmation, it actually is. But your love language is gifts. And all you do is do for me and gifts and gifts. It's going to look like on the grand scheme of things that you love me more. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's going to look like. The issue is with wanting and loving is that when you get deep into a relationship, one of y'all do love each other more because one of y'all are doing more, not just in the physical aspect, but just the whole spectrum of the relationship. And normally it's 60-40 women. What I mean by that is normally 60% of the time it's women loving more than the man. That's a fact. All right. But at the beginning, when I say find somebody that wants you more than you want them, I'm saying understanding yourself enough to know that I need somebody to appreciate me and love and possibly love me just like this. You see what I'm saying? Versus me going after somebody that I love just like that because I'm protecting me. You feel what I'm saying? I know Dion. I can love you. You know what I'm saying? I can learn to love you and all of those good things. But if it's on the other side, it's going to crush me if you don't love me the way I'm giving you that same. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to do that to me, to Dion. Now, other guys, I don't know how they do that. I don't know. But normally, most of the time in a relationship, women are loving the men more. They're giving more. They're showing more. They're women putting the extra ump into the relationship. The men are not. That's a fact. That's a fact.
I gotta listen to what she want and give it to her.
But that's because y'all having healthy conversations. But then I would ask the question of how long it took y'all to have those healthy conversations. You see what I'm
Long
saying?
time, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's the fact that a lot of people don't do what y'all are doing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? The healthy conversations are important from start to finish.
All the time.
Like, and you can't be afraid to have the conversation. A lot of people are afraid because they're afraid of their partner's response.
Yeah.
You can't be afraid of your partner's response when it comes to your feelings and when it comes to your peace of mind. Because if some shit already fucking with you, then you might need to get that shit out in the atmosphere and tell them what you feel before it starts going into where your mind's playing tricks on you and how you thinking them that they doing something that they really ain't.
Yeah, true.
Because your mind is going to go into a negative mindset the longer it sits in there. So get that shit out. If I feel like you're doing some shit, I'm going to tell you I feel like you're doing some shit. Now your response might be, this nigga is tripping. That's fine. I might be tripping, but I'm telling you how I feel. So at least respect the fact that I was open enough to tell you how I feel before I went and jumped off the fucking deep end and acted a damn fool. But people don't allow that. People just wait, overlook, and then they go off the deep end. And then come to find out that nigga wasn't doing shit.
Mm-hmm.
He was really going to hoop every night, like he said he was going to hoop every night and coming to the crib. Now you done pulled up at LA Fitness thinking that nigga wasn't hooping, and that nigga in there hooping, and you look like a complete ass. Now, my trust level has just went from here to down here.
Mm-hmm. And she gonna think sucking your dick gonna get it back.
And that's the fucked up shit. That's the fucked up shit. When a man do something wrong, I mean, when a man catch you in some shit, you think a sexual act is going to make it better. You feel what I'm saying? When a woman do some fucked up shit, when a woman do some fucked up shit, it's not like that. It's not like that. The reciprocation is not like that.
Yeah, you can't.
Or when I do some fucked up shit, let me rephrase that. When I do some fucked up shit, it's not like that. It's not like that. I got to go through the fire, through the snow, jump off the building, bounce back
Right
up.
on,
I got to, you feel what I'm saying? I got to get your flowers every day. I got to take you out every day. You see that?
I think that's because men did that in the inverse. Like if he fuck up, he feel like, oh, let me give her a little dick, she be all right. So then in the inverse, women think, oh, all right, he fucked up. I mean, I fucked up, so let me give him a little head and it'll be all right.
Perhaps so.
No,
DJ.
but that shit don't
I
work.
don't know.
That shit don't work with a real one because that shit's supposed to be regardless. You feel what I'm saying? That shit ain't gonna work with a real one.
That's just in the team.
Because I'm gonna be like, what, you thought this shit was gonna make shit better? Oh, hell no, get your ass up. We finna talk about this shit after I'm done. But you feel me? I'm for real. Like, you thought that was gonna make it better. Thought I was gonna forget all about it. Oh no, get your ass up. We finna talk about this shit.
In your clothing.
Yeah. But that's what they're
The conversation's
doing.
gonna be different after the sex, though. It ain't gonna be real. It's gonna be
Exactly.
pillow
So don't
talking.
be having
No, I'm finna take
pillow talking.
Oh, I'm finna take my
You
frustration
ain't
out.
no after the conversation.
Straight up.
That's
I'm
fine.
not gonna
So I
do
can take my frustration out. That's
You
cool.
know that the frustration already.
You gonna hold on to that about 2 more hours longer.
Yeah.
Goddamn right.
Good move. Now you just want to hold it and shit.
Now you're
No,
hungry afterwards.
No,
no sex before the uncomfortable.
no, but I'm
conversation.
saying that's what women do. When they fuck up, it's all, baby, I got you.
That's because she don't value your mental health. Or your
That's
mental
fucked up,
state.
ain't it?
It's
That's
the
fucked
truth.
up.
She put value in your physical being, your physical needs. But in this moment, if you're communicating,
Gotta
with
get
Somebody done
Yeah,
taught
real
her
quick.
that just give a nigga some and he gonna be all right.
yeah,
You forget all about. They
You
say
don't
that
hear
on
many
TV.
men
That's some
say-
bullshit.
They say
That is
Yeah,
some bullshit.
You don't hear many men say, "Oh, I feel disrespected," or "I feel upset," or "I feel sad." Let's
Bitch,
talk
like
about
that
it.
bitch
You
shit.
don't hear that, so it's like in her mind, she gonna be like, "Well, shit." Like I
I'm
said,
like the fuck.
if he fuck up, he think
I know
giving me
you
this
like
dick
the
gonna fix it, so I'm gonna do
You
the same
also
thing.
gotta-
That's what he's communicated.
And you got, yes, exactly how you communicate. Like, if we're bringing an issue with you to you, and you're like, you just nagging, you're being dismissive of this person's feelings, okay? And then at the point that you are ready to communicate, okay, and you're coming to verbalize something, she sexually is being dismissive of your feelings. Like, she's like, no, fuck now, I'm about to fuck you, we're gonna be done. We're gonna be done with this. And you like, I don't want to hear that nagging bullshit. I feel like it's however you present yourself is what you should be able to get in return. If she's coming with you, verbalizing her issues, and not coming to you where you're not responding in a sexual advance or a dismissive way of her, then you should get that same respect.
Yeah.
Where if you're coming to verbalize your issues, she should care enough to hear you and respond in a way where you're communicating.
Yeah. You coming in naked and she get naked, then that's what y'all agreeing on.
Yeah, but that don't mean that I'm not gonna have this conversation. Because in her mind, she gonna be like, I thought we already had the conversation. No, we ain't have shit.
So to be
We had sex.
You gonna say,
no
okay,
sex.
I'm about to fuck her head
back
up.
to what we was on
No
yesterday.
No, I'm gonna take the sex. After we done, we're going to have a
You
conversation.
want a double transaction?
No sex after the conversation. After the conversation, I make just wait. Get it all one time and done.
No, hell no. No, you're going to give me what you want to give me because I want you to think that this shit was really over.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to tap you on your shoulder and be like, hey, get your ass up because, we still got to have this conversation, right?
Yeah, no, I'm right.
She going to be pissed in the motherfucker, but I don't give a damn. You thought that little poom poom was going? Nuh-uh. Mm-mm. No. Bring that ass here. Get your ass up. I'm going to take the cover off you over there. I'm petty.
So, within your closing remarks, what advice would you give people in these relationships?
You can give them shit. Keep
Okay.
fucking up.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, keep fucking yourself up. Remember that hurt just doesn't come by what the individual did. Hurt also comes from within yourself. I don't think we really think about that part. Because, yes, that person hurt you. But if you knew the person wasn't good for you from the jump and you steady wanted to be with him anyway, then who hurt you more, him or yourself? Like, I don't think it goes back to what we always talk about. I don't think we take enough accountability. We
Who's
don't.
protecting you?
Right. So everybody, when shit go bad, guess what we do? It's what we do. Shit go bad, it's what we do. But also when shit go bad, you need to do this. It's important because this is going to help you in your next relationship.
Yeah.
Pointing the finger at everybody else is not going to help you with your next relationship. And here's a news flash for my ladies and my men. Just because you think you did everything you could, you really need to ask that other person, did you do everything you could? Because I guarantee you, your answer and their answers might gonna be different. I'm just saying, there's not a lot of accountability going on out here in the verse. What I mean by the verse is the universe. There's not a lot of accountability going on. Everybody wants to talk about what somebody done to them. Woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. But how about you fix your own issues and you'll never have to say woe is me ever again. My 2 cents.
Or protect yourself from the shit that do come to you. But nonetheless, I
Right.
feel like that's what you're supposed to do is protect yourself, though.
All the
This is
time.
the only experience you have. We get to interact with other people, but what you do in your life don't mean nothing to me. I love you. I do. But it's not going to change my experience. And I think that's what we learned. I'd have a human experience and we watching others at the same time. But my advice to you guys would be protect yourself. Yeah. If it ain't good, it ain't good. I would get out. Choose you. It's my closing remarks. Choose you.
Pretty simple, but it's hard to do.
It is, but you got to learn to do it. It's nobody out here finna come save you. You have to protect you. You got to be your own best friend. You got to be your own therapist. You got to be your own bully sometimes. Protect you.
And keep it real with yourself.
Mhm.
Before you can ever keep it real with somebody else, keep it real with yourself. You know you. If you know you ain't shit, like you know that.
And if you're not cool with that, change that about
Yeah,
yourself.
fix it.
Yeah.
And stop blaming everybody else for the reason why you ain't shit. No, you ain't shit because you ain't
You
shit.
ain't choose to be shit.
We out, man.
Next time.
Peace.